Stefon Diggs finally got his wish and is on his way to Houston to join the Texans. That begs the question, where do the Buffalo Bills go from here?
It's very unfortunate as far as how this game goes, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles with guys.
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamara and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback and look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. It's always unfortunate when big news comes out right after we put out a video, but at least this one proves our point even further. The Texans are scary as hell. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, are the Bills going to be able to maintain their status as perennial AFC contenders without their top dog wideout? The short answer is no, though they do have a chance to regain it soon, but more on that later. If we're just projecting out the 2024 season, this is going to hit the Bills' offense hard. Diggs is probably the best receiver in franchise history, and that just can't be replaced this year. He just made big play after big play. Remember the excitement after this play in the wildcard round in 2020? Allen's got nowhere to throw, but he does what smart QBs do and tosses it to his best receiver. This score secured the Bills' first playoff win since 1995. In Diggs' 4 seasons in Buffalo, he's had at least 1,100 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns each season. Diggs also holds the top 4 spots in the franchise record book for most receptions in a season and the top 2 spots for receiving yards. And the relationship between Diggs and the Bills was never really in question, because why would it be? Diggs signed a 4-year, $96 million contract in the spring of 2022, and the Bills went on to win 13 games that season before falling to the Bengals in the divisional round. Then the problems began to arise. Diggs missed the start of the Bills' mandatory minicamp last spring, and while the team expressed their concerns about his absence, he brushed it off as family issues. And since then, countless subliminal messages have been sent, with the most recent being this tweet from Tuesday this week, the day before he was traded, where he questions someone's belief that he isn't essential to Josh Allen's success. Finally, it culminated in a trade to the Texans, along with a 6th-round pick this year and a 5th-round pick next year in exchange for just a 2nd-round pick. Now the reality of the situation sets in for Bills fans. Buffalo is going to have over $31 million in dead cap on the books in 2024 due to the Diggs trade, instead of paying him the roughly $28 million he would have been owed. Not to mention, they already lost Gabe Davis to the Jags, so they're left with Curtis Samuel and Khalil Shakir as Allen's top wideout targets. A far fall from Diggs and Davis. But here's where I turn positive for the Bills. While I think there's little hope to compete in 2024 with all that dead cap, 2025 and beyond could look a whole lot different. First, Dalton Kincaid is a star, and that's why the Bills picked him in the first round last year. Take a look at this play from his 7th game in the league. Allen has to go off script, and Kincaid keeps working the sideline until Allen finds him. He sits between the defenders and toe taps for a big first down. That type of body control on a 6'4", 240-pound man isn't easy. Just remember, the Chiefs were able to remain competitive and even won a couple Super Bowls after they traded their number 1 wideout and shifted focus to Travis Kelce, their stud tight end. And the Bills still have some quality on the outside too. Samuel has had at least 600 yards receiving in every season he's played at least 14 games, and Shakir could be preparing for a breakout season after catching 39 passes for 611 yards last season. And of course, Josh Allen is still there, and they seem to always have a chance with him under center. So that's all a good start, but they need more to get back into true championship contention. The defense lost a lot as well, so that needs to be addressed, but I'd start by taking care of the offense and drafting a top receiver later this month. That group includes Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Rome Odunze. And to do that, they need to get into the top 10, and there's ways to do that. If we go by the over-the-cap draft value chart, the Bills could use their 60th overall pick and package it with a 4th and 5th round pick, and that should get them inside the top 10 while leaving them with their 28th overall pick as well as the early 2nd rounder they got in the Diggs trade to fill out the defense. And if they'd rather select around the 10th pick instead of going even higher like the 4th or 5th for MHJ, I think Rome Odunze would fit perfectly in Joe Brady's offense. Imagine this guy taking the top off defenses and making contested catches for Josh Allen. Here, he does both and makes just about the toughest adjustment a receiver can make to get under this ball. If he can make this catch, he can do it all. And he could easily fall outside the top 10 with how unpredictable the draft is every year. So back to the original question of where do the Bills go from here? In my opinion, for the next 365 days, they're going nowhere. But the future isn't all doom and gloom as long as they rally around their guy Josh Allen and make moves to regain their status as one of the most talented teams in the league. And we know Joe Brady will do what he needs to maximize their offensive potential. For more on how he is the key to their championship aspirations, check out our recent point of view. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in to this episode of Point of View, and we will see you in the next one.